for being here. My name is Marlo, and I'm here with Mike Mazek. Mike happens to be our coin expert, our resident numismatist, and of course, we've got some beautiful things planned for you tonight. Are you gonna be here like you normally are on New Year's Eve?
Yeah, okay. I believe that's what we're scheduled for. We're scheduled for December 31st.
So if you're the final show during the holiday season, he is not back until December 31st.
It takes us that long to put about, we're putting about $10 million worth of silver and gold coins together for the 31st. For the 31st show. So it takes us quite some time.
But I think it's important for you to know at home that please don't be shy and don't be afraid or fearful of shopping today because of our holiday return policy. You won't have another chance. I mean, obviously things will live on hsn.com, but it's nice to be able to get the experts' insight on the coins as well. So let's talk about what we have here.
Well, this kind of came out of nowhere to be an incredibly special item. We thought it was just going to be a regular, you know, the United States government comes out with the new Innovation Dollar Series, and I'll talk about that here in just a minute. They released the inaugural coin last year in 2018. That's the coin all the way down here on the end. This is the inaugural coin that was released December the 14th. We've sold some of those. The proof set was just released. They were not in the regular proof set. They came by themselves, these 4 innovation proof dollars. And it was a big deal when it first came out, but it became a much bigger deal, and here is why. I'm assuming we are headed towards immediate and complete sellout on what we have in these, and it's because of this coin right here. When we look at the design, so what this series is in the exact order of statehood, the United States Mint has decided to celebrate America's innovation, America's spirit, entrepreneurs, discoverers, and all that. So with the Pennsylvania coin, they celebrated the polio vaccine. And by doing that, they put a polio molecule on the coin. Well, if we can get in real close on that, and if you look at the way that is put in there with all the bumps and dots and everything else in there, it is almost impossible to strike that coin perfectly. It is almost impossible to strike that coin perfectly. What I can tell you right now is you go out there and look anywhere you want to look, to find that coin for $250 by itself is impossible in the marketplace. The only one that I've actually seen sold was thousands of dollars for this. The only one available that I can find is in an NGC. I can't even find any ANACS at $2,000 for that coin in 70 condition. Normally, when we get a regular proof set, 30, 40% of them will grade absolutely perfect. It brings a little premium in the marketplace, a nice premium in the marketplace, and we're able to do this at a price, you know, like this, $249. But the fact of the matter is we've got, I think, probably about 200 or 250 of these sets that I can offer at $249. Nobody else can offer you this set in pure silver, or I'm sorry, pure 70 condition, okay? The fact that they're absolutely positively perfect at $249.95. The only other set that you can find out there is gonna be, I think, NGC or PCGS, and you're looking at $2,000, maybe $3,000 for this. And the only way I can get these 250, 20 dozen sets is because I had to grade almost 15,000 sets. Almost 15,000 sets. This is the single most difficult to grade modern issue proof coin, regular issue proof coin, put out by the United States Mint in probably a quarter of a century. It is absolutely, positively impossible to find. Yet we did this, and instead of going out there and being $500, $700, $1,000, $1,200, like you're going to see out there, we put this in as if it wasn't the most difficult to get modern issue certified coin in 70. Now understand, the other ones are also extraordinarily difficult. Grading percentages are running into the 10%, even 20%, because when you look at the designs, the United States government took the designs to the next level to release this brand new coin. So if we go next door, that's New Jersey. Look at that coin right there. That is to celebrate the light bulb that you're going to have Menlo Park in New Jersey, that you're going to have Thomas Edison. Look at that. Look at the detail in that. And it's so difficult to be able to fully strike a coin with all of that incredible detail. Go next door to that. How about the Delaware coin with Annie Jump Cannon, who was an astronomer who designed the classification of the stars that we use today? Look at all the dots. Look at all the stars. Look at then the clean field that is her profile. Incredibly difficult to get in PR70, absolutely perfect. And then you go down to the far end, For Georgia, we have what's called the Trustees Garden. And in the Trustees Garden right here, you can see all of the details. This is one of the first national gardens in the United States to kind of highlight and preserve and protect indigenous American plant series. The Trustees Garden is over 200 years old, the Trustees Garden. So to be able to get the entire set, all 5 coins in PR70 perfect. So first of all, it's a great set. It's the first year of issue. It's the first 5 coins in the set, the inaugural coin, which the United States government has never done. The first 4 coins in the set, which will always be incredibly desirable. But it is in absolutely perfect condition, and that is the most incredible part of that. Now, this is also part of one of our AutoShip programs. So you're going to get the box that you're going to see right here that gives you the 5 coins. Now, the AutoShip on this is $179 going forward.
Okay.
The reason being the shipments going forward are only 4 coins because they're releasing 4 coins per year. We've included the inaugural coin in this. So your future shipments will be 4 coins, 1 shipment per year. Your price can never go up and your delivery is guaranteed. And if this is any indication of how difficult these coins are going to be to get,
AutoShip is going to be the best way.
Absolutely is going to be something that you have to get and you have to be involved in.
Because if not, then you risk also the fluctuation of pricing.
Precisely. So you go out there in the marketplace, like I said, this coin's just simply not available. Who knows what's going to happen next year?
So I should mention to you, one of the advantages of AutoShip is that not only do you secure this great value, but the onus is on us to make certain that we give you the coins, but you can also cancel at any time. If you'd like to own this, let us know. Very limited. You can imagine very popular. I would take advantage of it, of course. You know, it's...
I'm sorry. The key consideration here is how many of these we have left, because they're really not, in essence, replaceable, is ultimately what it comes down to on this. Regardless of the AutoShip, and there's many people that are doing the AutoShip on this, obviously, but getting the first one is of critical significance. I mean, we were able to put some coins into this. I showed this morning at 2 a.m. We sold 200 pieces. We sold 200 pieces at 1 a.m. this morning. So as we go into this right here, these are my final quantities for the entire year. By the next time we have this, we should have the 2020s. Who knows how difficult those are going to be, but here's the great part. When you get this right out, you're getting a set that is just unbuyable at this price any place else in the marketplace. As a matter of fact, to find proof 70s in the Pennsylvania, like I said, anything less than $500 in the marketplace today is 100% a steal. We're selling the entire set for basically $49.99 per coin, $49.99 a coin, which is absolutely an unheard of price. But more importantly, you have the opportunity to get into the AutoShip where your price can never go up and your delivery is guaranteed for the entire life of the program. For the entire life of the program. It has just become so phenomenally difficult. A brand new set that just came out from the government, and all of a sudden, it has become what is very simply, very easily the most difficult to grade modern issue set. And remember, the proof coins didn't come in the regular proof set, so you just have to buy them by themselves and then send them in and be certified. And like I said, this is the result, the 20 dozen sets we had for this. This was for this airing, it was the result of literally thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of coins that have been sent in for certification. And we end up with a certification in the single digits to be able to get this. I know guys that have sent in 1,000 sets and gotten zero Pennsylvania 70s. I know someone else who sent in 1,500 sets, got 170, okay, that is going to be in this. And so you have some of these in like first day release, first day issue, in like NGC or a PCGS that have populations of 1 or 2 coins that can literally be thousands and thousands of dollars. We do not have many of these, but what we have them at is the only place you can find in the marketplace to be able to get this first year of issue with the inauguration at an affordable and reasonable price. It's a one-time chance for you in our final show of the year.
Final show of the year. If you'd like to own it, 694-097. Don't forget about